It just shows that no one knows anything. We are heading into the last couple days here before the Oscars. In case you have missed any of our Oscar prediction videos, they are all there for your enjoyment and edification. We know what we're talking about. We see a lot of movies and stuff. So that's all happening. Any final thoughts heading into this last weekend? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, just, I'll tell you, I've read some of those pieces where the trades will interview an anonymous Academy member and get their real thoughts. And oh man, I can't believe like these are the people who we have entrusted this thing that anybody gives a shit about to, because it's sort of appalling half the time what forms their opinion, what they see, what they don't see, what they don't bother to see, and what they think about what they saw. I'm just kind of like, okay.
Also, it just shows that no one knows anything. The great truism of Hollywood is that no one knows anything. So we think we're thoughtfully analyzing the chances that all these various films have, but then you read like, oh, I didn't like what her hair looked like in such and such movie, so I'm not going to vote for that one.
Like, yeah, he was a dick to me at a party once. I'm not voting for that
guy. Is there anything specific that you read that was just jaw-dropping to you?
The person who said that, like, I mean, I guess it's good that they cast Latinos in West Side Story, but the lead's name is Rachel Zegler, so let's not go crazy about it. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, she doesn't have enough vowels for you? Like, what is that even about?
That is crazy. Yeah, it's a big, diverse membership in the Academy.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody has good taste.
Maybe not.
So yeah, we know who some of the performers are going to be. Beyonce will be performing her Oscar-nominated song from King Richard. Billie Eilish will do her Oscar-nominated song with Phineas from No Time to Die. So we have those things to look forward to.
And despite although, well, we're not going to make you get vaccinated stuff, we're still not getting Van Morrison. So, maybe he can't enter the country. I don't even know.
Interesting. And then as of this moment in time, they still have not reinstated those 8 categories that they were going to give out before the ceremony: hair and makeup and editing and all that.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to cave like they have in the past, but again, that the anonymous Oscar guy was like, the Academy is really afraid of ABC, and because they're in such a tentative position right now with having just spent all that money on their new museum and everything, they are not. I guess they don't feel themselves in a place to bargain.
You and I, Alonso, will be meeting up on Monday. I will be off skiing with my family, but I'll take the morning off from the slopes to come and talk to you about what happened on Oscar night. So
never let it be said that you are not devoting 110% to this program.
Always. I am dedicated. So we have that. Here's a really weird story I want to talk to you about. It's in the Hollywood Reporter magazine, and it has to do with Asghar Farhadi.
Yes.
Totally beloved, esteemed, acclaimed, Academy Award winning Iranian filmmaker Asghar Farhadi. A woman who was a student of his, a film student of his, is suing him, accusing him of stealing the idea for his most recent film, A Hero. Now, yes. A Hero was shortlisted for the Oscar for International Film. It did not get nominated, but it is based on apparently a short film that she made, which is based on the true story of a man in the city of Shiraz who was in debtor's prison and got out for a couple of days and found this bag of money and turned it in and became this sensation, but then it got more complicated than that. This is what the film is about.
Yeah.
This is what the true story is of this guy as well. So she's saying that she made a short film of this, and then he took that idea and he made her sign a thing saying, you're going to give me the rights to this story.
Right.
And now she wants it out there. It's weird. And then the guy himself, who is the inspiration for this film, is also suing Asghar Farhadi for defamation.
Yeah, this is a doozy. And, I mean, a lot of times you get these sort of, oh, this was my script and this person saw it. And, and a lot of times you see, I've seen lawsuits based on much sketchier things of like, your office had a copy of my screenplay, but this is like, she took a class from him. She made this short documentary. He saw it. But these things always get muddy about where does inspiration come from and all that sort of stuff. The real wrinkle for me in this is that if she loses her lawsuit, not only is she out whatever legal fees or stuff, but because they still have corporal punishment in Iran, she could, how many lashes?
74?
Something like that.
In
like,
the mid
wow.
70s, mid to high 70s.
You better really believe in your case then if you're gonna, risk all of that. I mean,
Well, it just goes to
yikes.
show how brave she is, that she's daring not only to cross this person who is a beloved cultural figure in
Sure.
Iran, and also kind of a controversial cultural figure, I understand, but like somebody of that stature, somebody who's
Sure,
that important.
internationally famous and
Sure.
acclaimed. Yeah.
And then to risk that kind of physical punishment is just crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll follow that. The Directors Guild is ordering its members not to work with the producers of the film Rust on their new horror film, ordering
Yes.
them. You cannot work for them because they have safety concerns. These are the people who were behind the film where cinematographer Helena Hutchins was shot to death accidentally. That is all still being investigated, worked through. There are lawsuits with that. But apparently these guys are now like in town infamous for like not following the rules. And so the DGA is saying you can't work with them.
Yeah, they have another production that's up and running at the moment that the DGA has not pulled out of. But you would think maybe after the Rust tragedy that like you would be extra crossing all the T's on the safety front, knowing that all eyes of the industry are upon you. And according to DGA, not. So
yeah, and not just the industry, but like within the legal system,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's all happening. Too. So we will follow that as well. Our good friend Whitney Seibold wrote a story for Slash Film, and we'll link to it down below here. And it's about YouTube channels like CinemaSins, Honest Trailers, and the gray area that they occupy. Are they actually film criticism? Are they just comedy? Are they just like the culture of white male ranting? It's a really thoughtful story. And it got me thinking, because these channels are so popular and they do put time into their takes, and they do have some takes that are, smart, pointed, observational, but a lot of it is just like
nitpicking
and also like over the top. Is it like a parody of the kind of fandom that is obsessed with, having their every wish fulfilled? What do you make of this?
Yeah, I think, Whitney's a smart guy and he raises a lot of really interesting points, because I think that sometimes something that can start out as a parody or, obviously we're goofing on a certain kind of film fan, if it takes off and has its own level of popularity and its own level of readership and people being interested in it, then that sometimes maybe becomes the thing it beheld. It gazes into the abyss too long. And so Whitney's making the point, like there's nothing wrong with making fun of film critics or film criticism or the way that people watch movies, but that these things have become so popular that they're in a way kind of legitimizing this as a style of film criticism, which it's not and was not ever necessarily intended to be. It was a provocative piece. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, like, are they doing what we're doing? I don't think so.
No, it's different. And again, it's like, I don't think critics aren't so thin-skinned that we can't, be in on the joke or understand that we're being goofed on. But I think that if your goofy version of that is this weird like micro analysis that misses the larger point of how art works, then maybe it should not be taken seriously as criticism itself.
Anyway, it's an interesting topic to ponder, and we'll put a link to that so you can chime in on that as well. A couple of trailers to tell you about. One is for Men, the new film from Alex Garland, director of Ex Machina and Annihilation.
A man followed me out of the woods. He was stalking me.
What makes you say that?
I saw him twice.
Twice? I don't know if he saw you once.
Starring Jesse Buckley and Rory Kinnear, and it looks trippy as shit, like all his movies do.
Woo, cool.
And the new Paramount Plus series, The Offer, which is about the making of The Godfather.
This is not just some gangster film.
We need someone who understands Italians. For instance, Ford Coppola. He's got a great vision.
And I guess we're going to watch it and talk about it on our Patreon.
I think maybe we kind of have to. Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, that's like Armie Hammer got fired from it, and then they hired Miles Teller, which was like, okay. There's a lot that this could go south real fast, but it's a potentially interesting story about Robert Evans and Coppola and all the behind the scenes machinations behind the making of The Godfather. Also a trailer dropped this week for season 13 of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Rather than be available on Netflix or another streaming platform, people will be able to subscribe directly for the entire season or buy episodes a la carte. And you'll watch it all on a new streaming platform they're introducing called Gizmoplex. I don't think it's available just yet, but the first season is the first episode of the season is slated to drop May 6th. And if you subscribe before then and purchase the whole season, you also get a free digital download of the entire season. So if you're an MST fan, go check that out.
If you are down for heckling, you can heckle from the comfort of your own couch.
Damn Skippy.